Hi, I'm Cathy. I'm married to Noel. We have 4 children of our own. We're living in County Laois and we're fostering with Fostering First Ireland 14 years. Our assessment process took approximately about maybe 7 months in total. It goes really back as far as your childhood. There's no stone left unturned. It's very personal, but at the end of the day, the assessment has to be completed and it has to be thorough because these children are coming from vulnerable backgrounds and they need to be definitely put into a house that's safe and secure. The assessment process can vary from each household. Our assessment probably was a little bit more straightforward as we didn't have lots of previous addresses, which can obviously take a lot longer, and especially if you've lived abroad. And by the time the Garda checks and the references come back, that can delay things. But with ours, we hadn't got many homes beforehand, addresses, so it was quite straightforward. We've had 5 placements during our nearly 15 years in fostering, and we've been very lucky that most of those placements have been long term. Our current placement is with us now 10 years. But that phone call of our first referral we were so nervous, so excited, and it was also very emotional reading the referral. It was reality, it was real, it was seen in front, black and white on paper, that this little child, what he had suffered, and that somebody was picking us, that they thought we were a match for this little boy. And we were excited, as I said, and when he did come to see us, it was like came for a visit first of all, and then we had like an overnight, and then the placement began. While we were doing our assessment, there is like a list of age groups, and you know, we had picked on the age group that we were willing to foster a child from 0 to 18, and we were also interested in fostering a child with a disability. As we had a child with a disability, so we felt we would be available and we would be able for that. So we were only fostering maybe 4 years when our referral came in for our current placement, who has lots of disabilities and is an amazing boy. But our referral at the time when the referral came in, we were just after ending a placement, and that placement was going home. So because the agency knew us so well, always, like, you know, the agency will give you time if you want to, you know, have a week, a month, whatever time you need to recoup as a family or whatever, that's fine. Fostering First Ireland are always there to support you. But because of our assessment, they knew that we would be interested and not to let this referral go. And luckily it didn't go, and 10 years on, we still have this fantastic child who's part of our home. He's a sibling to the other siblings, and he's loved dearly. My children are very fortunate. They've had a great upbringing, and so to be able to share that with other children. But reality is that these children have taught us so much about life, like the different backgrounds. Some of them have suffered horrific abuse, and some children just need a little bit of extra care as they have parents who are sick or ill or bereavement. So it's not always a bad story, but we as a family have learned so much, and I think my children have learned so much, and they all believe that it's true fostering, that they feel very fortunate to have the sense they have about the young children that have been in our care. Look after our birth children are very much appreciated, and that's so important. A birthday card coming through the letterbox for our birth child, when we first started fostering, it was like, really? Like, they've sent us a birthday card, they know who we are. So all those things, they might be small things, but they just make us feel so appreciated. And like I've said, like, you know, before, we appreciate the children that have come into our lives because they have changed our lives. My eldest daughter is not in a position at the moment to foster. She hasn't got a spare bedroom, but it's something that she would love to do. So hopefully down the line, when the time is right for her, and she will make that call, and it will be to Fostering First Ireland. Because the supports are amazing. We're supported every minute of the day if we needed it, 24 hours 7. The phone, all we have to do is pick up the phone, make a call, no matter what day it is, even if it happened to be Christmas Day. I actually remember years ago having to ring an out of hours number, and it was Easter Sunday, and I remember thinking, oh God, it's a bad day to ring. There's no bad day, there's no bad time. Somebody will always answer your call, whether you think it's a very unrealistic question. There's no such thing as a silly question. It'll be answered, you'll be reassured, and you'll be supported. Children that have been in our care, we're still in contact to this day. I'm granny to a lot of other children, including my own 2 granddaughters. So that makes us know that we've made a difference in the children's lives, that they still want to have contact with us, and they have become friends with our own children. And it's nice, Christmas time, Christmas cards, birthday cards, Mother's, Father's Day card. It's lovely to see them coming in, knowing that we made a difference. But as I've said before, they're the one that made a difference to our lives. It is hard for a family, and it's hard for the siblings when a placement ends. But not all placement endings are bad. Some children go home, reunite with their family, so that's a fantastic story, and that's a success as well. But all the children that we've had in our care, we were able to remain in contact and catch up with them and find out how they were doing. For anybody who is thinking of fostering, my advice would be to sit down with your husband, with your partner, and if you have any children, well, with your partner first of all, and discuss it. Weigh out, what time, is there something coming up that might disrupt? If you had a new placement example, you're thinking of going somewhere that you wouldn't be able to maybe bring that child with you. That would be very disruptive if it was a new placement. So it's about making sure the time is right for you and your family, and that if you have children, that they're all on board, because they play a massive part. Without the support of my children, my family, my friends, I wouldn't have been able to foster. And definitely make that call. And if the time's not right, well then, you'll put that number aside and the time will come back to you. Like it did for us the first time when we thought about it. It wasn't for us, and then we made the call, and here we are 15 years later, and I wouldn't change a thing. I love it. I love what the children have done for us, and I love being part of their lives.